Hi, LaTonya. Um, I was reading your post and it really resonated with me. I had a family member who had the same struggle, but it was her own son who was being exposed to the abuse from his father. Um, Without her knowledge, they were separated at this point, but it was a school counselor who ended up um, bringing the abuse to light and then helping her, um, work through that and get the proper charges brought. Um, but the circumstance that you're dealing with, I can only imagine how difficult it must have been knowing that that child was in danger and that, you had to work around certain facilities in order to give her help. Um, but even in our book, it talks about recognizing the symptoms of crisis, I think it was like acting in, how's their behavior, the ABCs of crisis. So, things like that. It's not only that you need the physical signs, but you can see the behavioral and the psychological impact that crisis and trauma can have on an individual. Um, and so recognizing that and having the proper training is so essential for moments like this. Because especially when you're acting off of that intuition that you know the Lord is giving you in that moment, um, it can feel like, especially if you're in a secular environment, that you're trying to explain your case and you're trying to really fight for and defend, this individual, as you stated in the verse that you quoted. Um, but the facilities that you have to operate under and the certain parameters that you have to work within in with your job as a teacher, it can feel kind of limiting in those moments. And so I'm glad that you found a way to encourage and reach that child. um, but I think that's why what we're learning is so important and why what we're doing in this class is so necessary, because it's not just an isolated event, unfortunately, and crisis is so, you know, like even in the book, the many definitions of crisis, it's so, universal, like our post discussed. It's so universal, but it's so different for everybody. And so having the tools to approach that and having, um, the foresight to know how to reach that person and know how to understand the behavior, and coming to it with the proper understanding and gentleness, um, it can really make a huge difference in someone's life. And, you know, the burden of seeing that when it's a child and they're defenseless, they have no other way to, change their situation on their own. um, I can only imagine the weight that must have put on you. um, and so I really respect your um, pursuit of it, despite what the counselor had said. But yeah, thank you for your time.